What's going on, guys? Ben here. Welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to another video. Today is a very special day because today, let me sit down for this one, is my 2020 Stanley Cup Qualifiers and Round Robins prediction. Now, I know you guys probably can't see this. Well, one, because there's a piece of paper in the way. Hold on. Just get this thing off of here. There we go. There. Hopefully you guys can see that better now. So I have the bracket all up here. Yeah, so the bracket's all here. We have the 8-seeded Calgary Flames against the 9-seeded Winnipeg Jets, the 6-seeded Nashville Predators against the 11-seeded Arizona Coyotes, the 5-seeded Edmonton Oilers against the 12-seeded Chicago Blackhawks, and the 7-seeded Vancouver Canucks against the 10th-seeded Minnesota Wild in the West. In the East, you have Toronto Maple Leafs, 8-seed, Columbus, 9-seed, Carolina, 6th seed, New York Rangers, 11th seed, Pittsburgh, 5th seed, Montreal, 12th seed, and Islanders, 7th seed, Florida, 10th seed. And in the Western Conference round robin, you have the 1-seeded St. Louis Blues, 2-seeded Colorado Avalanche, 3-seeded Vegas Golden Knights, and 4-seeded Dallas Stars. That looks not like a 4. That looks not like a 4. I'm British. But yeah, it's a 4. Sorry, my handwriting's bad. In the Eastern Conference round robin, you have the 1-seeded Boston Bruins, 2-seeded Washington Capitals, 3-seeded Tampa Bay Lightning, and the 4-seeded Philadelphia Flyers. Now I'm going to keep this short, so my predictions for the playoffs. So let's start in the Western Conference. In the Western Conference, now I'm just going to go through the games, like in how many games. I'm not going to talk too much on why they're going to win, but I'm just going to kind of predict my picks. So Calgary, Winnipeg. I predict Calgary in 4 games. I think Calgary can go a long way here in the Stanley Cup playoffs, and I think they will beat the Winnipeg Jets in 4 games. Nashville versus Arizona. I actually have a hot take here. I'm picking Arizona in 4 games. I just think Arizona has the depth and the potential and the talent to go far. Edmonton and Chicago. Obviously, I have Edmonton, but in 5 games. This is going to take all 5 games. Edmonton's going to push. Chicago's going to push through. They're going to push hard. They're going to fight, but they're ultimately going to lose to the Edmonton Oilers in 5 games. Now, I can't move. There we go. Now I have the 7th-seeded Vancouver Canucks against the 10th-seeded Minnesota Wild. I have Vancouver winning this series in 4 games as well. Now, if you notice, I have no sweeps in the Western Conference. That's because I think the teams are too good to sweep. I really don't think there's sweeps. So, yeah, that's that. And in the Eastern Conference, Toronto and Columbus. Now, I think most of you guys know that I'm a really big Toronto fan, and I have Toronto winning the series in 5 games. I don't think Toronto's going to sweep. I don't think they're that good. I don't think Columbus is that bad to lose in a sweep. Columbus is going to fight hard. They're going to win 2 games. Leafs are going to win 2 games. The Leafs are ultimately going to win Game 5. Carolina versus New York. I predict Carolina in 4 games. I just think Carolina has a better forward group than the New York Rangers. They have better, not better they have a slightly better goaltending with Mrazek and Reimer. But the Rangers, ultimately, they're going to lose the series. Pittsburgh, Montreal. Some of you guys are going to hate me for this. Some of you guys are going to love me for this. I have Montreal winning the series in 5 games. It's going to take all 5 games. Montreal is going to fight to the death. They're going to fight their hearts out. They're going to ultimately beat Pittsburgh at their own game. All their forwards are going to come through for them, and they're going to win this series in 5 games. Finally, that leaves me with New York Islanders and Florida Panthers. I have New York winning this series in 4 games. I just think New York has a better shot. Florida was rusty most of the season. They were getting pretty good at the end of the season, but they were rusty most of the season. So that is why I have them winning, the Islanders winning in 4 games. Now this is going to be reseeded. This is not going to be bracketed. Now let's start off with the Western Conference round robin. In the Western Conference round robin, you have the St. Louis, Colorado, Vegas, and Dallas. So the 1 seed will go here, and I think this is all gonna. This is wrong. This I don't know why this bracket is like this, but this should be the 4th seed. But this is going to be the 4th seed. It's going to be 1 against 4, 2 against 3, and then this side will also be 1, 4, 2, 2. Wait a minute. Yeah, 1, 4, 2, 3. So, in the Western Conference, I have a hot take here. I have the Vegas Golden Knights as the top seed in the Western Conference. I just think they have the potential. They have the potential to beat these 3 teams. I know they can do it, and they're going to do it, and they're going to ultimately get that top spot. In the 4th spot, I have the Dallas Stars. Dallas is good. They just squeaked into that 4th spot. I don't think it's good enough to beat these other teams. 2nd spot, I have the Colorado Avalanche. Sorry for my handwriting, it's really bad, I know. I think Colorado's going to do well. They're going to get the 2nd seed. They're going to beat St. Louis by a hair, which that ultimately leaves St. Louis. So now, 1 will play 8, 4 will play 5, 2 will play 7, 3 will play 6, 1 against 8, 4 against 5, 2 against 7, 3 against 6. But now, since this is reseeded, I had Calgary moving on. So Calgary's the 8th seed, so they will play Vegas. So, now Arizona will play St. Louis. Vancouver will play Colorado. And Arizona, hold on. Edmonton will play Dallas. So those are your first round matchups for the 2020 Stanley Cup playoffs. First round. Now I'm not going to do the first round predictions. This is just my qualifying round and round robin predictions. So in the Eastern Conference, the first top pick, I have the Philadelphia Flyers. They were on a hot streak at the end of the year. They went 9-1 at the end of the year, or at the end of the regular season. And I think they're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna win 3 games. They're gonna get that top spot, and they are gonna beat probably the 3 best teams in the league. And yeah, the 4th seed, I have the Washington Capitals. I just think Washington is not going to get past Philadelphia, Tampa, or Boston. I honestly don't think they're going to. I know that they can do well. I've seen them do well, but I don't think they're going to do as well as everybody thinks. That is why I have them in the 4th seed. 2nd seed, I have the Tampa Bay Lightning. Now Tampa didn't do as well as last year, but they still did pretty well. They got that 3rd seed in the Eastern Conference. I think it's the 4th or 5th seed in the league. But yeah, they're not going to get past. They're going to get past Boston and Washington, but not Philadelphia. And that leaves the 3rd seed, Boston Bruins. There you guys have it. Those are your top 4 seeds. And now let's reseed this. So Toronto will play Philadelphia. Now Washington 4 against 5, so they would play Montreal. That does not look like Montreal. I'm sorry. Tampa will play the 7th seed New York Islanders. I'll just put NYI. And then Boston will play the Carolina Hurricanes. Matchup of last year, Eastern Conference Final. And there you guys have it. Those are your matchups, predictions for the qualifiers, and your matchups for the first round of the Stanley Cup Playoffs 2020. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to smash the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you get notified whenever I post a new video. I will see you guys tomorrow for the Toronto Maple Leafs exhibition game.